In this video, I'm going to share 10 of the absolute worst CV keywords commonly used by job seekers that are destroying your chances of getting shortlisted or even getting an interview. I'll also share some common CV buzzwords and phrases that cause the same issue so we can find as many ways as possible to boost your CV. I'm Amri Celeste, a career coach and an HR recruitment specialist with over 9 years hiring experience, and this channel is dedicated to helping you on your job hunting journey. So one of the first mistakes that candidates make are using words that they think are strong CV keywords, but actually they're just overused words where the meaning is subjective. And you want to stay far away from using any words where the meaning is a matter of individual opinion. Keywords like team player. You may think that you are a team player. Your boss may think you're a team player. Your family and your local church may think you're a team player. But the thing is, the person looking at your CV who's never met you before has no way of knowing whether that's true. It's completely your own opinion. Now, this wouldn't be a bad phrase to use in an interview, because if you were in an interview and you said that you were a team player, you could back it up with an example and a situation that shows that you're a team player. There are a lot of keywords that work really well in person or in an interview, so candidates use them on a CV, but they actually don't have the same impact. Because you don't have that luxury on a CV, you want to keep your information specific but impactful. You want to use active verbs, so maybe words like unified or partnered to show situations where you were a team player and you demonstrated those skills. And also use numbers to show an outcome. So things like 10% productivity increase or 15% increase in positive reviews. So action verbs are always the strongest keywords to use. So I won't give a ton of examples in this video because I already covered this in my last video, which was 30 of the most effective CV keywords and a ton of usable examples on how to use them. So in this video, I'm going to focus on what to steer away from or what to remove from your CV if you currently include these CV keywords. There is a link in the description below to my 30 most effective CV keywords video, and I highly recommend you watch that for some examples that you can take away and use on your own CV. Another example is hard worker. Again, completely subjective. Use an example of a situation that shows that you're a hard worker, and then you're allowing the person who's deciding whether or not to take you forward to make up their own mind. I understand that job seekers do this because they want to show off their skills and put their best foot forward, but you can do this by staying away from these soft skills and the types of skills that can't be proven on paper. Things like people person, proactive, or passionate, things that are just overused and ineffective. Another mistake is using things that would be a given or automatically expected from the employer, like on time. You don't need to use unnecessary phrases like on time as a skill set or a keyword on your CV. If you're finding this helpful so far, please click like so that this video can be shown to more people that need help with CV keywords. Can't or won't. 2 keywords I've seen on CVs that don't need to be there. In fact, completely steer away from any negative keywords or phrases. You should only be displaying your strengths, your skills, and your experience. One that started cropping up a few years back is rockstar. I think it started on social media or LinkedIn, but it doesn't tell the recruiter or hiring manager anything, nothing at all, and it's extremely cheesy. So if it doesn't add value, remove it from your CV. Same with guru or expert. Again, completely subjective, so replace these words with explanations that show your expertise or what makes you the go-to person on that subject. Things like an achievement or a goal you met, a positive financial impact, or a qualification. If you're building your CV at the moment or your current CV isn't getting you the results that you want, let me know in the comments below what you need help with and I will respond as soon as I can. I also created a freebie for you, a winning CV guide, which includes more examples of great keywords, what to do if you don't have experience, important detail on CV structure, and it also includes a sample CV, and you can download that for free in the description below. So I want to talk about spelling mistakes with CV keywords because they have multiple different impacts on your success, and I'll explain why. So one of the great ways that you can use keywords is to get through an ATS. And if you don't know what this is, it's an applicant tracking system. And this is an automated system that has the ability to shortlist your CV after scanning it for CV keywords and phrases, or automatically reject it before a recruiter even looks at it, but it won't recognize misspelled keywords. So I explain how to get your CV through an ATS system in my 30 CV keywords video, so I won't repeat it all here, but I will just add that it's really important to make sure that CV keywords and phrases are spelled correctly so you can get through an ATS system and in front of a recruiter or hiring manager. One of the biggest mistakes people make is not reading their CV after they've created it, and you have to read it twice. Now, I know this might sound over the top, but I promise you, you will notice mistakes the second time round that you didn't see the first time, and it will boost your CV like crazy. Imagine applying for 10 jobs or targeting one dream job you really want, and then after you've pressed submit, realizing that your phone number is wrong, or you spelled something wrong, or you included something that you were supposed to remove. I remember once years back when I was working a contract, and the head of HR that I worked with at the time told me that she once received a CV from a candidate, so someone had obviously helped them with their CV, and they had left the notes on their CV when they submitted it for the job application. So it had notes on there like, just lie about this here, just remove this section here and replace it with something else. Obviously really embarrassing for the candidate, but it shows that that CV wasn't proofread. And even if you resubmit your CV, sometimes an ATS can register that as a duplicate application and automatically reject it. Next, I want to talk about terrible phrases. There are some great CV buzzwords I recommend that can still be useless and ineffective because they're used as part of a phrase that is vague and has no impact. So I'll give you a few examples. So let's say you had been involved in a project at work to upgrade a system, say HR or IT. So for example, you might say, upgraded IT system. Now this doesn't show any impact. It doesn't show your part in the project, whether you led the project or your position, or any other benefits. So you would need to elaborate on this to include these types of things. So the best way to demonstrate this on your CV is to describe a project you led. So an example phrase where you could fill in the blanks is led X project which achieved X, this gained X results in X amount of time. So any variation of that adds value. So another is something like the phrase supervise temps or manage teams. Again, this phrase doesn't show the team size, the number of locations, or a number of other things that could boost this CV keyword phrase. As a last example, we'll look at launched a project. So this phrase doesn't say what project, what was the impact, what was the timeline, what did you achieve. These are some of the things that can turbo boost a CV keyword like launched, especially if you're talking about a project. So those are 10 of the worst CV keywords and a few bonus CV keywords and phrases not to use on your CV, or if you do have them on your CV, change them to add more detail and add more value so you can get through an ATS system in front of a recruiter and into way more interviews. Thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, tap the notification bell if you got value, and I'll see you in the next video.